What's up, guys? Welcome back to Two Broke Euro Owners. We have the Q7 back in here, and today we're going to be replacing two of the injectors in this car. If you remember in the other videos we had, I think the oil change video, we mentioned that we got it back with the right timing, but it still had misfires on cylinder 5 and 6. Now, I looked more into it, and we've done pretty much everything else to fix a misfire. We replaced the ignition coils, we replaced the spark plugs, checked the wiring. There's no wiring issues. So the last thing that's left is the injectors. Now, there's ways that you can check it. You can do solid leak down test. I can't remember what it is, but you hook your VACCOM up to it. You let the car get warm. You shut the car off, and you'd watch your fuel pressure. The fuel pressure is supposed to rise because of the heat. Fuel pressure is supposed to rise, and if it starts to bleed off, that means you got injectors leaking, and that will cause misfire. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to replace the injectors. I've never done it in this car. Cody's done it in his 3.2 in his wife's car. So we're going to be learning how to do it in this car, and hopefully it's not that bad, and you guys are going to learn with us. Right now I'm just starting off by taking all the hoses and everything off, just out of the way. Got a couple back here that go to the intake. Undo those, undo the pipe for the PCV valve, and then we're going to be getting after taking the intake manifold off.
Which also requires undoing all these electrical parts too.
Yep, you got your clamp or connector here, and you should be all set in the front area.
And here.
Yes, that one. I didn't see that one. Thank you. And then just remove all the hoses that go into the intake manifold, or intake.
Along with the black tube, the Y pipe.
The Y pipe, you gotta take the hose clamp off in the back. And this should just come right out. We got the intake manifold off now. Once that's off, I started taking out these little flaps here. I forgot what the actual term is for these. They usually get all gunked up with carbon deposits and whatnot. So I'm taking them off. I'm gonna do a valve clean. Carbon clean. Yeah, that one was pretty caked up. I've seen worse, but we're gonna go through and clean these. After we clean these, we're gonna start taking off the fuel rail. And we only need to take the fuel rail off on this side because cylinder 5 and 6 is right here. So we're gonna do our carbon clean, and then we're gonna take off this fuel rail, and we're gonna replace the 5th cylinder injector and the 6th cylinder injector. And hopefully that fixes our misfire issue. Alright, so after we made this disastrous mess cleaning up the valves, we are now going to take the fuel rail off so that we can get to those two injectors. As you can tell, we made a complete mess everywhere. So we cleaned it up the best we could. It's good enough for now. To remove this rail right here and get our injectors out and replace them.
It's 4 T30s, a 14 wrench, and a 17 millimeter wrench.
14's for this one here, and 17 for this one here.
And the T30 obviously for the fuel.
Yep, T30s for those. There we go. She just didn't want to let loose. Yep, working. Watch it fall right out here. Thought I had a lot easier. Man! How many threads are on that thing?
She long.
Alright.
You actually missed 2 bolts.
Ah, I did. I did.
Yeah, if you guys haven't figured out, we're learning as we go as well.
Definitely learning. Alright. Almost all of them are coming out.
Yeah, probably should have put a rag under there. It's a lot of fuel.
That's alright, we got a drain pan underneath the car. Yeah. See, I knew another ejector was gonna come out. That's why I bought the kit for the new clips and everything. Alright.
Alright, so I got an injector here. I'm gonna replace this Teflon seal, this seal, and then put this new thing on. We don't have the right tools. There's a tool to actually press this on, but we didn't buy it, and we're gonna make it work. So what I did is I took this, you just grab it, break it off, get that out of there, and then grab a rag. And just clean that up a little bit. So now, what we did, is we took the tip to a silicone tube, cut it down to size, so that way it fits just perfectly right on top. You take this Teflon seal and just start working it over. It's kind of hard to show you guys, but you can see that I've worked it over and it's just about to slip onto the injector now.
There you go.
And you just slide it down. Fits a little bit loose, but once it goes into the chamber, it'll squeeze together. And then this, you just pop that off, throw that over there. This is channeled like that, so grab it, pop it out, and pop the new one in, and the new seal. And then you put your cage on. And you're all done. Put it in the car.
We got the new seals on the injectors that we're not replacing because you're not supposed to reuse the Teflon seal. You want to replace them. So Cody just showed you how to do that. So I'm going to show you how I press these in. So you got these little notches right here. If you can see that on camera, is that picking it up? You got those notches, and that's the direction you want to have these connectors going. Kind of just set that guy right up in that direction. And now what I had to do for my A4, same thing. Set a 2x4 right over the top of the injector and just tap it in with a mallet. Yep. And then you'll know when it's down all the way.
Yeah, you'll hear it and feel it.
Yep. And we're good.
Our new ones are over here. They're Hitachi original equipment. And we're gonna pop those in. Yeah, if that's how you pronounce it. But we're gonna pop those in and pretty much just wrap this up. All right, we stopped the time lapse because we want to show you something. See how this flap is sitting in here? How the middle of it's kind of up higher, and you got a bigger portion at the bottom. Let's see how it's opposite for this one. This is the way we put it in the first time. You can put them either way, apparently. I thought you could only put them in one way. They need to go the other way. And I'm pretty sure if you have them in wrong, that when it runs, you're gonna have issues because there's flaps on the intake manifold. I'll show you. Right here. You got your actuators up in the front here. This motor controls the actuators, which move these flaps right here. And these flaps are what guide the air through either partial or full intake. That's what these guides are for. So just make sure you have them in the right way, like this. There you have it, guys. That's how easy it is to replace your injectors, do a carbon clean on this motor. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start it up, and hopefully now our misfires are gone and everything is fixed and ready to go. So here we are. That's the fuel pump kicking in. Time. It's got to build up fuel pressure before it can start. There you have it, guys. That's how easy it is to replace injectors in the Q7. We were going to be doing a power steering pump for the Silver A8. However, when I ordered the power steering pump on Rock Auto, apparently they thought I wanted an alternator because that's what I got in the box. So I had to get that shipped back. I'm waiting for them to ship me an actual power steering pump, so that video is going to have to wait. However, we do have a mini bike project coming up, so that'll be probably our next video. We're going to start recording that pretty soon. But other than that, that's how easy it is to do the injectors in this car. Make sure that you like and subscribe so you can stay tuned to our new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one.